Bam!
Nah. You can't. That's not good enough. You should wait. Hey, babe.
Welcome back, everyone, to Twisted Hair Confessions. And as you can see today, we have a crazy woman who has Alexa feed my kids on my shirt. This is Tiffany Wideman. Tiffany, tell her your Instagram so they can follow.
Wideman1.
Tiffany will be joining me in my discussion on traditional locks versus Sisterlocks. So, Tiffany, tell us about yourself.
Well, I am 36. I have an awesome husband. We've been married 13 years.
Awesome.
And we have 6 kids.
Jeez.
From ages 17 all the way to 7 months. And I also work full time. I'm a buyer at a manufacturing company. So busy all the time.
So let's get into how you started your locks.
Okay.
Da, 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 da. I make my own music. How did you know that? I was just saying that in my. So before getting your locks, how long have you been natural?
I was natural for 3 years before I got my locks.
Interesting.
Trying to figure out how to, because I love natural hair, but I had never seen my natural hair because I had been permed since I was like 3 or 4. So
Wow.
I was trying to figure out how to really do my natural hair, and it was just rough because I do have a big family and I work full time.
So when you were natural, what type of styles did you do?
I mostly did twist outs, and I crocheted my hair a good bit, but having it twisted out was my go-to. I just flat twist it down and then let it go. That was it. That was my go-to hairstyle.
Look at how thick this is.
And right now it's kind of wet, so it's still laying down more than it was earlier. Still, you can't get all your hair around your locks.
I can. Don't make me prove it.
You can't. I couldn't.
The hat is coming off. Bam!
Nah. You can't. That's not good enough.
So how long have you had your own locks?
I have had my locks for 10 months. No, 11 months. It'll be a year next month.
Well, congratulations.
My anniversary is coming up.
Those the proud you.
Yeah.
What influenced you, or who influenced you to get locks?
Well, I just loved the different styles, like Ava DuVernay and Chloe and Halle, and then some girls that I went to school with who they're actually sisters, and they started their locks together, and I love their locks. I always thought they were gorgeous, and I wanted some for the longest, but I didn't know what kind I wanted, so I was just obsessed with different people's locks. And Francesca Ramsey, I love her locks too. Just looking at different people's locks and the way they style them, and I always thought they were just gorgeous.
So have you always wanted locks?
I started wanting locks about a year after I went natural. Is when I wanted them for myself. Like, I've always admired other people's, but I started wanting them for myself about a year after I went natural. And I came to that conclusion after I never wanted to take braids out. Like, I would get braids and I would keep them for like a month or so, and I'd be like, I don't want to take them out. This is just so
they
nice.
Are the devil, right?
Yeah, they take forever to do, take forever to take out, and then they're just easy breezy. Sort of like locks. Like, once you put braids in, you can just
wear them for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me, what is the big difference between being like loose natural and like locked?
Loose natural, I think it's more time and more products unless like some people have their natural hair regimen down packed. For somebody like me who did not know my natural hair like that, it was a lot of time trying to figure out styles that worked for me, trying to figure out which products work for my hair. And it was a lot of money in those products, trying products that worked. Some, did not work. And with locks, I go to my loctician. So I don't really wash my own locks too much. I wash them once. And I just let her handle the products. I go once a month and get my hair retwisted. And that's it.
Back to loose natural versus locks.
I didn't feel as comfortable taking care of my hair with my loose natural hair. It was way more time and money. I was tired of retwisting it every night. It was just a lot of work for me, personally.
Yeah.
And with my locks, there's no maintenance. I just go
minimal,
it's very, very minimal. So I'll go get my hair retwisted once a month. Other than that, I'll spray it with some rose water, and I will put organic sweet almond oil on my scalp, and put some on my hand and put it on my locks, and that's it.
And you love it.
I love it.
The freedom.
I just go.
The freedom.
Yes.
So what method was used to start your locks?
2-strand twist.
Ooh.
Yeah. So when I went to my loctician, I told her that I wanted them to be kind of small and I plan to keep them neat. And she told me that would be the best method versus coiling them, because they would be a little bit bigger if I coiled it. So she started with 2-strand twists, and I'm glad she did. I liked them a lot.
Can you tell it there for me?
Yes. I can feel my little buddy.
I'm sorry, I just had a chill.
You see that? You see that budding right there? Don't look too close, because I need to go get it retwisted. But
So what's the difference between the Sisterlocks and traditional locks?
Yeah,
in your opinion.
In my opinion, because I did want traditional locks at the beginning, and because I knew they would be more practical for me. I don't have a whole lot of time to spend getting them, maintaining them.
Yeah.
Because my kids are in a million activities. We're always on the go.
Yeah.
So even finding time to get my nails done is a struggle. And so getting my hair retightened at Sisterlocks every 6 to 8 weeks, spending 4 hours or so is just not practical in my family. So I chose traditional locks because it's quicker to get them installed. It's quicker retwisting, because I go get my hair washed, retwist it, blow dry, and I'm out the shop in an hour and a half. And it's low maintenance too, because yours is low maintenance too.
Yeah, you can see I'm not really doing a lot to it.
That was more of the difference. I just had to go with what was practical, what I knew I would be able to sustain and keep up for years to come, and I knew that I couldn't commit.
Ooh. When people ask me like the difference, I always tell them that the reason why I chose Sisterlocks is because it's like so easy to like style them. I will admit that my hair is very thick, and I
Wolfish.
feel
if you should say.
would say. What are we in the twilight? God, you be right there with me in the back. Girl, right beside. When I said we'd be right there, paw to paw. So I think for me, my biggest thing was I didn't mind putting in the time, because I was already putting all that effort in when I was loose natural.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that 4 to 6 hours. And I was just
wash routine.
Yeah, I was just taking a lot of time on it, because I didn't go to the salon until like once a year to get link chip and trim and stuff like that. I was pretty much taking care of it myself. I can curl them and, you know, I can style them any way that I really want. I just thought that was for me. What about your own experience from start all the way until now? Like, how has your experience been?
Originally was nervous to get them because I was scared of going through the ugly phase. Because, you know, some people talk about the rough phase before it starts to lock. And I was scared of going through that, but since I kept my length, I didn't cut it at all. I kept my length and it was in 2-strand twists. And I don't feel like I went, like, there's never been a day that I didn't love the way they looked. I had a blowout when I first got them. She washed my hair and we talked about what I wanted my mature locks to look like, and she chose the 2-strand twist, and so she twisted my hair. I put some oil on it. I sat under to dry it, and that was it. That was the end. I loved it for the longest, and then I got to this point, probably around 6 months, where it was about 6 months, and I was like, I just want to be able to get a blowout.
Yeah.
Or something, and like comb my hair and run my hands through my hair. I considered taking them out.
Well, yeah.
And like getting blowouts and leaving it that way for a while. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. And I just hung on to it for a while.
Yeah.
I talked to you about it, and you were like, no, they look nice. My husband loves them, so everybody was telling me to keep them, and I was kind of going back and forth for a while. Even though I love my locks, it was just not being able to like get a blowout or anything like that. So but when I went to Puerto Rico, me and my husband went to Puerto Rico, and being able to ride ATVs and put it up in a ponytail, right, and they still look, you know, nice. I'm still happy with the way it looks. And then go to the hotel, take my locks down, and I switch to the side for a second, and I put on my dress, and I'm out. Like, I felt like I had a more, you know, sexy look, and it was awesome. Did not have to worry about taking any products, being able to ride with the windows down, and not have to worry about the humidity. And because natural hair loves humidity, it just soaks it right on in. That's fine. Mm-hmm. And that was the game changer. I was like, okay, this is like, I'm definitely in for the long run. This is what I need.
When you were talking about that 6 month mark, I think I went through it. Yes. Where I was just like, I just want to cut it off. At that time, I don't know what it was. I think it was the fact, one, I was pregnant. 2, it was more so like it was new. That process was new. Yeah. And I think after a while, you know, after you have braids, like you said, you have to take them out.
Yes.
There's always the process of us being able to put in and to put out. Yeah. So I think like that was the big thing for me, was that I'm like, I need something new. I need something different. Yeah. Like, I just needed it because that's what I was so used to. I was used to, like, if I was even when I was relaxed, going to the salon every 2 weeks or every, you know, 4 to 6 weeks, whatever the case may be, going to the salon and getting a different style or just same style but colored, or like just doing all that stuff to my hair. Like, it took me a while to get to a point where I actually loved me. And I think that's just a part of trusting the process.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, because I feel like we call it the ugly phase, but to me, it's more so like going through the start of the journey, because it's just a lot. Like, I wasn't prepared. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm committed.
So there isn't really an ugly phase. It's just going through the motions of not being able to change your hair, and you know, you can do different little things, but not being able to change the basic style. Can
Turnaround was then. It was like right after my year of having Sisterlocks, and I was on YouTube, and I can't even remember who I was watching. I swear I can't. I can't. But I saw that they were like, "Yeah, color your locks with temporary spray color." You know, like they didn't do it like that, but in my mind,
that's what you saw in your head.
Because I'm dramatic. I will try it. So I went to like my local beauty supply store and I picked up some spray, and I want to say it was purple. My first color was purple. I'm like, I hope it's not wild and crazy, because the color on the can, I was looking at the lady on the can, like, it's not that bright. So I'm like, I'm just gonna get it. So I got it, and shout out to Adrian, who does my Sisterlocks. She was like, cool, like I'll spray it in, and she goes, I don't even know. She's, let me just see. So she's spraying and like she's falling in love with it. And I'm like, I want to see. Like, I want to see. And we take pictures, and then there goes my purple. And I'm like, I can get temporary color and it's washed out, so I can change my hair color every week. And
that's so helpful.
Yeah, so I think that was a turnaround for me.
I thought about crocheting mine, and I'm like, well, I don't want to damage my locks trying to, crochet. Yeah, I don't want to crochet and mess up something. So I got that ponytail, and I was happy. I was like, this is nice. But then when I took my hair down, I was happy to see my locks again. It was just changing it for a little while. And I was going to wear it for my anniversary, and my husband was like, but I like your locks. I don't want you to wear it.
Speaking of color, you have color.
I do.
You're 11 months in, so we're going to assume that you got the color before you got your locks.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about that.
I went and got I knew I wanted color, so I went and got my hair dyed before, maybe about a month before. I had to wait a certain period of time, and I dyed the gray out, which came back with a vengeance. But I dyed the gray out, and then got like streaks of brown, and so when I'm able to, I'll probably do a little bit more, but for now, I don't think I'm able to dye them until they mature more.
Yeah, that's how it is with Sisterlocks. I think any good loctician would tell you to like wait. If you're already gonna lock first, you're gonna have to wait. Or you can do the temporary color. That's always an option. So I'm still not completely mature. They're budding quite nicely, but you see them?
Yes, they growing up, friend.
Yeah, man.
They're not babies anymore.
I don't want to talk about it. Make me emotional. But did your loctician or your stylist, did she tell you if you want color?
Get it before? Yes. Because I called her and talked to her about it, and did like a consultation over the phone, just kind of talking about what I wanted and my plans. And so she told me the amount of time that I needed to wait, like the amount of time ahead that I needed to get my color, and that's what I did.
What were your fears about getting locked? I know it was the commitment.
Yes.
Was there anything else besides the commitment?
It was going through the ugly phase, or what I thought would be an ugly phase. Yeah. I didn't want to go through having baby locks, and I was like, what if I want to dress up, and what am I gonna do with my locks? All of my worries were for nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't have any of those issues. The ugly phase, I don't feel like I want to do that. I always liked the way they looked. I always loved my locks. It was just getting used to not being able to do anything else.
What are your thoughts on people who decide to start off with extensions and then grow it out versus starting it out the natural way?
I personally say, do you, boo? Do what you want to do. It's your hair. I don't feel like there's a right or wrong way for you to choose to do your hair, that's you. And I thought about getting extensions for a while because I didn't go through the beginner phase. So I don't feel like anything is wrong with it. Everybody has to have their own journey.
That's true.
Like, that is your prerogative. But I do say, do your research.
Yes.
Do your research. There's a lot of talk about people who get them and they don't form correctly when it switches from your hair, like when your own hair starts to grow out. And so make sure that whoever you're choosing to do it is credible. And that's all. That's the only thing I think is be careful, but enjoy it. However you get there. Well, whatever you want to do.
Getting Sisterlocks made my life like really, really, I'm not gonna say easy, but I will say seamless. And you've been married for, on Sunday for 13 years,
Yes.
right?
Ooh, happy anniversary, babe.
That's the crowd. You've been married for 13 years on Sunday. You have
Yes.
6 kids.
Yes.
And you work full time. Has your locks been more convenient for you?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Because I do have a big family. So I have a 17-year-old, 13-year-old, 10-year-old, 6-year-old, 2-year-old, 7-month-old. So in the mornings, I have to get my 2-year-old, 7-month-old ready. My husband usually helps with the 6 and 10-year-old boys, getting them ready, and the other 2 getting themselves ready. So I have to get up, get them ready, get myself ready for work, and pack bags and all this. And most of the time, don't be like me, okay? Most of the time, I get out of bed, I do like this, and I go. And because I have locks, I try to do my nails, and it helped me feel like I'm put together somewhat, even though I feel like a nutcase half the time. Feel like I'm going 400 miles per hour, got a trillion things going on, but at least I can feel like I look somewhat put together. I feel like my hair is done, my nails are kind of done, and I'm trying to look like a regular human and not like somebody who got systems.
Another, we talked about researching, but in closing, what other advice do you have to people who are considering locks?
Research. Like, look at
Did I say
other than research. More research. Look at pictures, and read.
So after you research.
Right.
You
Because there's
research,
so
you
many different
research.
kinds.
Yeah.
There's different benefits to each kind. And there are a lot of meaning behind locks as well. And people take that seriously. And I think that, like, if you're going to embrace their culture, at least learn about it. So I think that that's really important. So really look at different kinds and make sure that you're sure about what you're getting before you get it. So that's why it took me 2 years to research and look over and over.
You don't
and
have to
over
research
again.
that long.
But you can
You
if you
can
want to,
if
because
you
that's your
want to.
prerogative too.
It's my prerogative.
Hey, I can do what I want to do.
That's all I really know.
Can live my life.
Let's go on the video.
Don't do that. Oprah, you are.
I really do. She's a really great inspiration. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for joining me today.
Yes,
It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
We enjoyed your company today. Thank you for your opinions. Let us know how your lock journey is going. I will do that. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.